Right now at 6, the RNC is just days away in Milwaukee, and many people are thinking about November. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nina Sperano at Waverly Beach in Menasha. We're talking politics, and I'll be joined by NBC News political and national correspondent Jacob Soboroff. He's visiting Northeast Wisconsin ahead of Election Day and wants to know what your life is like and what matters to you as the election approaches. We're also talking to voters in your neighborhood from Green Bay all the way to Fond du Lac. What's most important to them before Election Day. But first, as the race to replace Mike Gallagher in Wisconsin's 8th congressional district heats up, each candidate is eager to distinguish themselves. 3 Republicans and 1 Democrat are running for this rare open seat in Congress. Here's a look at who's running and what they're bringing to the table as we approach the RNC and the primary election.
I'm a home builder, I'm a veteran, I'm a dad, and I'm ready to go to Washington to get this country moving in the right direction.
Former State Senator Roger Roth is promising practical solutions and steady leadership to build a better America.
I am the hometown OBGYN mom who is running for the people of Northeast Wisconsin to help solve the problems that the people want solved.
Dr. Kristen Lyerly says she aims to address the issues of economic hardships with a focus on affordable health care.
I'm the Trump-endorsed political outsider. People are concerned with career politicians that just really serve themselves rather than serving the constituents.
Tony Weed says he will bring his business skills to Washington to address key issues such as securing the border and lowering prices.
I'm the proven conservative in the race. I'm the fighter that has been punished by special interests and legislative leadership for standing up for my constituents.
And State Senator Andre Jacques positions himself as the only social and fiscal conservative with a strong focus on public safety. As each candidate aims to separate themselves from the pack, this race is capturing the attention of the entire nation. The outcome could influence our political landscape.
We need men and women out in Washington who have real world experience, who've lived and served in the very areas necessary to move this country forward. As a 25-year home builder, 20 years in the Air Guard, 4 deployments to the Middle East, I'm the guy that can go out to Washington on day one.
I'm truly doing this and making public service my sole mission. After having a career in business and having this ability, I truly want to go and represent folks and be an outsider. I think that's what the Founding Fathers intended.
I'm also the only candidate endorsed by the Wisconsin Professional Police Association, by law enforcement throughout the 8th District. That's obviously of great concern in terms of the southern border and issues that we're having with public safety and homeland security right now.
People are really struggling right now. They're having a hard time just getting by in the world. I care. I'm the person who will address the issues that they're concerned about. I'm the person who will actually hear them and fight for them in Washington, D.C. They haven't had that in a long time, but I'm here for them.
As we gear up for the RNC and the upcoming primary election, it's crucial to understand what sets each candidate apart. Their visions and promises could shape not just the future of Northeast Wisconsin, but our nation as a whole as we head towards the 2024 election.
I'm Andrew Amuzu in Green Bay, speaking with voters about why they believe it is important to vote, as well as the top issues they want addressed.
I think we need to focus on more so our country issues instead of other global issues. Come together as a nation for us. We just want a good president that's gonna take care of us.
I have 2 daughters, and I want to make sure that they have the ability to vote in future elections.
I'm Carl Winter, checking in with voters here in Titletown about the issues they care about and what will bring them to the polls. Here's what they had to say.
I want to see the price of inflation go down. I'd like to see the price of energy go down. And number 2 is I would really like to see a secure border.
Protecting human rights as far as life is very important to me, and where it starts, things to consider like that. So it's one of the first things that come to mind.
I'm Perry Apostolakos. Here's what I'm hearing from voters in Suamico ahead of this year's major congressional and presidential elections.
I haven't really watched any debates or anything because to me it's a circus. We need a change. I mean, as far as income, Social Security, insurance, everything is just skyrocketed. I know a few people can't even afford apartments anymore, and we just need a better economy.
I vote every year. I feel it's a kind of an obligation we have. I think the most important thing is to get the right person in there, the best person in there that's qualified to do the job. And the job is making the country a better place to be and other countries a better place to be.
I'm your Appleton neighborhood reporter, Noah Cornelius, and this is what I'm hearing from voters around the city.
The economy, middle class people, health care, affordable child care. The issues go on and on.
You know, we always hear this from people that this is the most important election of our lifetimes, and it seems like hyperbole, but this year it absolutely is.
I'm Margaret Cahill in Fond du Lac, and here's what voters are telling me are their top issues in this year's presidential and congressional elections.
My top issue in this election would probably be abortion.
Education, the future of education, and some of the changes of what might be happening with that I just want to make sure that, we have choices.
I'm Preston Stober, and I caught up with a voter along the lake shore. This is what she had to say.
Well, the prices of everything. I mean, I was doing good a few years ago, and now I'm scraping to get by. Make this a safer place because I had a meth bust right next to my house, too, a couple years ago. So they need to make the city and county a little safer. We need someone that's going to fight for us, and the government is supposed to be for the people.
The RNC aims to fire up the Republican Party in the final months leading up to the presidential election. The speeches, the political stars, the introduction of Trump's running mate, nominations, rallies, it's a media frenzy that's broadcast across the globe. I spoke with an assistant professor of political science at UWO to help us cut through the noise and focus on what really matters while watching the convention next week.
The mostly purple voter here in Northeast Wisconsin, when we are watching the RNC, what should we be looking for?
The first thing the convention is going to do is approve a new party platform this year. The second aspect of the convention is just the actual nominating process prior to the convention. But the third thing the convention does, and probably most important to voters, is just to get to know the candidates and the candidates' policies and what the vision they see for America is. So, what is the next 4 years going to look like under this particular administration?
Now, there's going to be a lot of, noise, if you will, throughout the RNC, surrounding the RNC. Yes. And that can be distracting. How do we cut through that noise to get our questions answered?
I would say listen to, especially the nighttime, the primetime speeches, which is usually when we see sort of like the stars of the party who the president has chosen as his surrogates to speak on his behalf. There's always new information coming out about the candidates and what they're doing, but the convention is a time where we get to hear directly from candidates and the people who the candidates have selected to speak for them, and we can take that time to decide for ourselves. Do I like what I'm hearing, or do I need to go a different way?
There's a lot to look forward to in the coming days of the RNC, but there's a lot happening right now here in Northeast Wisconsin. Joining me now is NBC News national and political correspondent Jacob Soboroff. You're crisscrossing the country here. You're in this battleground state, and you're right here in Northeast Wisconsin. Tell us what you're doing here.
Well, we're here on purpose, very specifically so, because like you guys have been talking about, Nina, the eyes of the world will be on and are on Wisconsin because of the convention. But instead of just talking about what's happening on the stage or what's happening with the delegates, we thought it was important to have an eye from the convention out to the communities across the state that will ultimately determine who wins this critical state and why that is. And so that's exactly what we're doing. We're here with you, and we're here in Northeast Wisconsin because we want to hear from the voters who are ultimately going to decide this thing. And what are the issues that matter to them, not what do they think about the issues that are being talked about on the stage of the convention.
I look forward to what you get.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us.
Thanks so much for being here.
Okay, appreciate it.